introduce our players. There we have it. Let's kick this off then in our first best of 3, featuring a Terran player today. It's our third one of the night, actually, our third best of 3. 2 out of 6 done, 4 matches to come. As we're looking to see who will make it through to the round of 8 from our first group of the tournament. Top left-hand side, our blue Terran player representing my Insanity. Give it up, guys, if you're cheering on aLive. He's playing against the red Protoss player to the bottom right side of the map. It's nice. Hashtag that's nice. I always feel funny using nice as name because I say nice as, you know, as a word just I generally use quite a lot, you know, as sort of a, oh, that was a nice engagement, or that turned out nicely for, you know, and it just uses so much in my casting that when I actually cast nice, I feel as though I'm overusing it because I sort of say nice like 5 times in a sentence or something, because then I sort of like, oh no, I didn't mean to say nice when I said nice, guys, I'm not trying to be funny, it's just blah blah blah. It just sort of comes out all the time. Somewhat accidentally, so kind of a bit amusing, I suppose. Anyways, setting up into this and seeing how things develop as this SCV gonna nibble away at the probe. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Again, hashtag the players' names in the chat, guys, to see who you want to support here today. Do let us know who you're cheering on. Hashtag aLive or hashtag nice. And Jim Sock for the cheer 100. Thank you so much for the cheer 100. Saying, gotta go. Maybe I'll catch the end. Well, I hope you do, man. If not, hopefully see you tomorrow. Of course, the VODs are available instantly on our YouTube channel. Sorry, not on our YouTube, guys. That would be amazing, wouldn't it, if I actually did instant YouTube VODs for once. No, there is going to be YouTube VODs available. Twitch VODs available instantly. YouTube VODs will go up over the next week or so. If you're looking for YouTube content, youtube.com/WardiTV. We do try to upload 2 to 3 times a day. We didn't upload anything today just because I got back from LAN and we actually ran out of videos to upload. So I have to get a few more made over the next couple of days and all the rest of it. So again, keep those hashtags coming in for the players though. As you see, an engineering bay coming down here from aLive. This Nexus drop in the Reapers in the main. There's actually a robo facility dropping in the back of the mineral line, but aLive doesn't get to see it. It's very early robo. Intrigued to see what exactly the planet is with that. Comes into the game very, very early on. The engineering bay is actually a very good way to keep track of just where the units are on the map. Keeps the Adept at home, keeps the Mothership core at home. Stops the kind of push across the map, which would generally be done by kind of maybe a probe, an Adept, and a Mothership core or something. It stops that from happening. If you're going to stop that from happening, obviously, it's just a nice way to kind of see this developing. As you see that Reaper flipping around just to see if it can help out on the natural, but not much to really be done. It's also a good way to keep the kind of main base open for the Reaper to scout. It's just such an annoyance. I mean, it doesn't really slow down mining at all. It really just is kind of one of those things that at some point you have to get rid of, and generally it's worth getting rid of, and so it just keeps track of those units. And of course, if you do just ignore it and go across the map, then aLive knows that that's happening, and so you can begin to react at home as well. Just going to be seeing the extra barracks on the way up from aLive here, as he sets up with, well, the medevac already being produced, a Widowmine on its way out as well. Very standard stuff here so far in game 1 of this TvP. Engineering bay still just in the natural expansion. Just maybe seeing a couple of Adepts and Mothership core still working their way through this here. Will be finally cancelled again at this point. There's not much else to gain from it. But here we go. The first medevac drop starting to come across the map to see what's going to be happening. See if we can get a little bit of damage done initially. Going in towards the natural mineral line in just a moment or two. Where is he going to go in towards the natural? Is he going to go in towards the main instead? Either would work. Kind of nice to drop where the Mothership core is, and the Mothership core on its way back to the main as the Widowmine comes to the natural. That's going to be a big connection! Oh my god! The Reaper forcing the probes to pull in towards that right-hand side, and all of a sudden, oh, those workers nearly took one hell of a beating. Oh my god, I thought that probe was about to get hit as it ran over in that direction too. Overcharge comes down, but no detection. Ironically enough, despite this fast robo, it's actually just being used to mass up Adepts, which are pushing on the other side. 9 Adepts already. This Liberator will see this from aLive. He'll instantly turn around. He doesn't have a fully completed wall just yet. These Adepts are not going to get far enough for us to actually get on top of the siege tank. That's maybe what these SCVs will try and stop from happening as well. Tank doing a lot to help out here. I love the target firing of Adepts in the back to make sure that there's not going to be as much splash damage onto the Marines. That's very nicely done as aLive will force the Adepts to lift up. And oh my god, this Widowmine's gone off again. Now 8 kills on it. The Ritter Mine in the main base is doing the same, and that is GG. aLive has just done so much damage so quickly here. See if they interest you at all. Maybe you're not really looking for new underwear, but just check it out anyways. You know, have a look at them and maybe keep them in mind later on in life. I don't know. As we do set up into game number 2 of this best of 3, the aggressive plays were held off by this man to the top right-hand side, while also counter-attacking with the Widow Mines. Did a lot of damage. A Blue Terran player alive, and he really was just in such a fantastic spot there. A, he was able to deny all of those, deny so many probes, kill a lot of workers. And B, his opponent to the bottom left, #nice, our Red Protoss player, he played, he played very aggressively. He had 9 Adepts additionally pushing forwards, and that's a big investment. It slows down a lot of his further tech. And to not do any actual damage with that while taking 13 workers of damage at home means he's in such a rough position because he just lost a lot of those Adepts. So not only is he down on units, he's down on army, which he can't use. His tech's delayed because he committed to army, which got killed. Everything went wrong for him in game number 1. It really was more or less the perfect game from aLive in the upper right. And maybe not so much the perfect game from aLive as just mistakes by Nice. Letting those Widow Mines kill so much, not having detection to deal with it the second wave of shots from the Widow Mines. Not realizing or not shading the Adepts enough further forwards. If he actually shaded the Adepts further forwards initially, he would have been able to jump on top of the siege tank and he would have killed that, and that could have completely changed the way in which that Adept attack had gone, but nothing went right for him at all there, in all honesty, and that was a very quick way to lose out in game number 1, as now he'll open with the Proxied something here in a moment or two. Expecting it to be Proxy Stargate, but it's nice. He could go Proxy Double Robo. If he really wanted to change things up, we'll see here in the next couple of moments. Good player versus pro, fun to watch. Is it case sensitive? It is not case sensitive, the hashtags, guys. You can hashtag with any sensitivity you would like, and it will pick up, as long as it includes the player name. And there we do have it, the double Robo Proxy coming down. By the way, just before I talk about this, look at those hashtag scores. aLive, we have 90% of the chat support right now. It's pretty crazy. 90% of the chat support. That is actually very crazy. Alright, alright. Well, Proxy Double Robo does come down. This is a very aggressive build coming in here from Nice as we get set up into game number 2. Now, aLive poking around has had a little bit of a look up here. We'll have noticed the lack of expansion initially. We'll probably poke in and try and figure that out once again. Proxy Double Robo will be for mass Immortal production, and obviously that becomes very powerful when you combine it with a Warp Prism to micro those Immortals. So let's see what will happen. Is again trying to poke up, but that Stalker denying the Reaper for now. aLive just trying to get confirmation of if there is a natural or not. Looks as though you sort of figure out that there isn't, and that's why you start to check for these proxies. First Immortal on the way up, the second Robo producing a Warp Prism and getting himself ready to go for this all-in attack in the next few moments. Cyclone will pop, a second Cyclone on the way. What isn't happening though, because he built this Cyclone so early, is he has not been able to afford a starport. By not being able to afford a starport, obviously, well, aLive gets into a bit of an issue where, how does he ever deal with the Warp Prism? Well, he kind of doesn't, is one of the obvious answers. I mean, the Warp Prism is just going to be somewhat untouchable. He's going to build double bunker on the low ground here. Double bunker to start us off, and, well, I mean, again, that's the issue. The Prism can just move around and take the Immortal to where those bunkers aren't. He's already going to start working his way through that reactor, slow down the amount of Marine production. I think that Immortal have his barrier already. Not even too sure. Used it on something. Oh, I guess the Reaper tagged it when it came out of the Robo. That would explain something. It's a little bit of a shame because he actually would have absorbed a lot of these initial hits. It just kept him in position and trading a while. It's actually quite nice from aLive to have got that initial hit to soak up the initial barrier and to delay it further. Immortal jumping in towards the high ground again. I imagine we'll see something along the lines of kind of like 1 or 2 Immortals in the Prism into the main, and maybe then at the same time Immortals pushing the front. That's kind of what's happening right now, actually, just with 1 Immortal that was in the main. He's going to push forwards here, and this bunker's going to go down very quickly. Marines jump into the other bunker, and that's why double bunker was necessary. And aLive going to be able to push this back. As Immortal drops down into the main base again, going to go for him with a Marine or 2. So going to be seeing those Marines and a Cyclone just setting up. Looking to see what they can get up to here. Again, a couple of Immortals on the way out still, and they're going to be coming in towards the front here also as we see that Prism getting pushed back. Cyclone will lock on. And we are going to be seeing the Immortals going right back there. But again, still at the front. Well, not just 2 Immortals anymore, but 3 Immortals. They're going to start busting their way through this. However, that first Immortal took a lot of damage already. He will just go and target it down. The bunker drops. And now there's 5 Immortals at the front. 1 Cyclone mixed in. There's a Siege Tank to try and help out. Two Immortals lifting up to go into the main once again. Now the Viking is out though, and that changes a lot. It helps to push the Warp Prism back. The Siege Tank in the main too will help cover some space, but it's actually going to be a nice little drop around in towards the mineral line that might just force enough units from aLive to have to pull back here and to come and deal with this. The Cyclone's going to go down just a second. 2 volleys on the Immortals. Shut that down almost instantly, and now he's going to say it's time to push forwards again. 2 new bunkers are starting to build. He's just going to go straight for the tank kill here, realizing how important that's going to be. He's going to lose Immortals in the process, though. He loses 1, now 2. Was this worthwhile to kill the Siege Tank? SCV's trying to get this around, so the Marines can maybe get 1 extra kill. 1 bunker super low will not be repaired actually, and should just go down almost instantly. The Immortals from the Warp Prism in the main are going to come back in, and now we're going to see we'll continue to push forwards. These Immortals are coming through here. Liberating the skies won't be attackable though, as you are going to see the Siege Tank dropping so quickly. The Immortals have gotten past the Liberator, but they're super low on health, some of them, and that means the Marines will start picking up kills very quickly. And now the 1 Immortal left is going to get hit by a Lib, bringing it even lower. And aLive just looks as though he doesn't have enough. Continue to save this. We see this Immortal pulling back down from the natural. 10 workers killed, but obviously a 1-base Protoss. Well, he's running out of steam here quite heavily. This Liberator Siege is up to protect this position again. The Warp Prism, I guess, got shut down by this Viking. And so overall, it's been a good enough defense from our Terran, who now just sets up and continues to defend on the natural. A new Prism will come up, of course, and that will once again open opportunities to be aggressive into the main base as this Protoss player. See if it's going to be enough. Again, Immortal on the way out. Stalker just over halfway done. The Warp Prism will be finishing up in a couple of moments. As again, this Stalker just deals some damage onto that Viking, pushing it up away into the main base. Liberator starts to come down the right-hand side of the map to see what will happen next. See if he can go and get some counter damage done. A little bit of Prism might go over to the main base, trying to maybe elevate everything up into here, but, well, actually, if these Marines go down, the Siege Tank on its own doesn't last too long, right? And one tank goes down, he's going to chase a second tank now as well after he got the first couple of shots on it. Chased a bit too far, though, and 1 Immortal got picked off. Still aLive, having to defend in multiple locations. Let's see what he can do. A few probes going down to this Liberator on the other side. A Stalker now walked in to help. Obviously only 1 Stalker can warp in at a time though. And this obviously was a pretty cutthroat build from the Protoss player, so he doesn't have a Mothership Core or anything to help defend. I'm actually surprised he got Warp Gate in the end. I guess the extra Stalker warp in every now and then does help as, well, Bunker goes down once more. Still 4 Immortals, a very powerful force. Liberator will siege up. Remember, during all of this, the Protoss player was not mining, while aLive is still 15 workers ahead, even after this damage has been dealt. aLive still feeling very comfortable here, I think, as he pushes forward, gets that low health Immortal. Nice, didn't pick it up into the Prism as he maybe should have done. There's just so many tanks now, there's not really any openings anymore for the Protoss player to really utilize here, and I think that's going to become very apparent now as he loses these Immortals. One of them is very low on health, and the Prism goes down. Oh no, he still had the Immortal inside of it. Well, this really is just about going to be game, I think. Soldiers will push up to try and get rid of the Liberator. Tanks will get taken down by the Immortals, but I mean, Marines are very quick to respond, and the Liberator even survives. The SCV starting to repair it. I mean, it's a kick in the teeth, because the Viking even landing down a little bit more damage. His Immortal will go down. Nice just does not have enough here. That tank firing away. Game is called, and aLive. The heavy favorite in this, by the way, what was it ending at? 77% to the 23. aLive, the heavy favorite, does come out with the 2